Hi, my name is Jenny. Welcome to my channel, JK Star A Reader. Today I'm doing Friday Reads. That's right, it's a Friday Reads from me and have a stack of books here to talk about. So let's get going. The first book I have to show you, it is Conversations with Robertson Davies edited by J. Madison Davis. This is a collection of interviews and conversations with Robertson Davies, a newspaper editor, magazine manager, writer, playwright, and professor. And so I found this to be an interesting read. It looks at the life and intellectual life of this author on the cover of this book. He was fairly influential during his time in the 1960s and 70s when he was active in the media as well as the art scene in Canada. And this is a collection and exploration of ideas, literature, and life in Canada. And so I wanted to read this because I had heard of this author for many years, but I have not read anything by him. And so this was the starting point of my, reading about Robertson Davies. So we'll see where this goes. I am intrigued by the literary works that he speaks about in this volume, and we'll see if I can start going through those works. So yeah, Conversations with Robertson Davies, edited by J. Madison Davis. Next I have another book, and this one is Klee Wyck. These are a collection of vignettes pieced together and written by the famous Canadian painter Emily Carr. Along with being a visual artist, Emily Carr was known as a writer as well. And so this is a book that I've had for a number of years. I haven't managed to read this book even though I've had it for so long, but I feel this is a good time to start with this volume. So yeah, Klee Wyck was the name given to Emily Carr by the First Nations that she was interested in understanding and depicting their art through her paintings. So we'll see where this goes, and I guess captured a moment in time in the history, the brief history of Canada versus the long history of Indigenous people in this land. And so we'll see where this volume, the different aspects of the life Emily Carr had when she was living. And so yeah, Klee Wyck by Emily Carr. Next I have another book, and this one is Descent into Chaos, the U.S. and the Disaster in Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Central Asia by Ahmed Rashid. It seems to taking me a long time to read this book. I know I started it many months ago, and I tried to get back into it over the summer, but as much as I can, I've only managed to read to the halfway point of this book. And I am actually older than I look, and so I did experience the events of 9/11 when I was soon after I graduated from high school, and after that I've been interested in understanding more about the world. And so over time I think I do have a good sense of history based on the media that I was able to consume over the years, broad strokes as well as some memories that I have, but I still don't know the intricate details of this aspect of history, and so this is a volume that was published, I think, let's see, in 2009, so soon after the election of Obama in the US. And so we'll see what aspects of now of the past this captures about this subject in history that is part of living history, as many still remember what has happened since. And so, yeah, Descent into Chaos by Ahmed Rashid. And here's switching gears, going from non-fiction titles to fiction titles, and I thought I would reintroduce this book. I started this a few months ago as well, and it is The Fellowship of the Ring, the first book in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. And so far I've read about 80 pages, and I think I will be resuming from that spot in the book. I don't want to go back and start from the beginning, so but at this time I have a better sense of where the story has started, how the story has started, and so it will be a matter of just jumping back into the adventure. And so we'll see where this novel goes. It's been read by so many people over the years since these books were published, and I have read The Hobbit, but I have still to read the full Lord of the Rings trilogy. So yeah, The Fellowship of the Ring, part 1 of the Lord of the Rings. Next, another book, and this one is Passage to India by E.M. Forster. I have another number of classics that I have as part of my book collection, and they've been sitting there, and I've been wondering when I would get to them, and this is the one that I've decided on for this time in the year, November. And so, A Passage to India by E.M. Forster. It's considered to be, I guess, an examination of a time in history, in British and Indian history. And so I don't know too much about the plot of the book, so I'll read what it says on the back to give you a better sense of what this book is about, for those who don't remember, I guess, or have not read this book. So it says, E.M. Forster's magnificent novel captures the troubled spirit of India during the Raj. Journeying out to marry Rani Heslop, the predictable city magistrate, Adela Kested, full of good intentions but curiously myopic, blunders into an incident which quickens the pulse of Anglo-Indian mutual distrust. What happens to Adela at the infamous Marabar Caves, and the subsequent ordeal of charming and mercurial Miss Dr. Aziz, is wrought by E.M. Forster into a drama as memorable and breathtaking as India itself. So yeah, fairly brief description, as this is actually the movie addition to the book, and it has the details of the movie along with the description on the back cover. So yeah, A Passage to India by E.M. Forster. Another book that I'm interested in getting to soon, this one is A Study for Obedience by Sarah Bernstein. And so this is a book that recently won the Gilder Prize in Canada, and I've been collecting the titles of the prize over the course of the past year. And so I had a good feeling about this book before the announcement for the winner, and it was interesting that I was correct in my guess of who the winner would be. And so A Study in Obedience is an author who currently resides in Britain, and this is a book that looks at a sister who decides to travel to Britain to take care of her brother's children. And so yeah, it's a slender volume, and that's pretty much all I know about the volume. And so we'll see where this story goes. A Study for Obedience by Sarah Bernstein. Another book that I'm interested in getting to, this one is The Magicians by Lev Grossman. So I have had this book for a number of years. For some reason or another, I've never thought to start reading it. But with a recent announcement of a new book by this author that is due out in the new year, that is based on the Arthurian legends, I have decided that it's finally time for me to read this book, even though I am aware of some of the critiques of this book. And so yeah, The Magicians by Lev Grossman, which is a trilogy based on a magical school at the college level, I guess. So yeah. And one more book to show you, and this one is Cutting for Stone by Abraham Verghese. I don't think I pronounced the name correctly, so I had to look it up later. This is the previous novel by this author. I had a chance to look at the bestseller list for the books beginning that were published last week, and so the new book by this author is doing really well, and that book is called The Covenant of Water, I believe. And so with this novel that I have, the previous novel, I've had it for a number of years, and it's sat on my shelf without me finding time to read it. But with the new book and its success, I've decided it's finally time to get to this book. And this one, it was let's see, published in 2009, and it is a historical fiction about the, let's see, it says, Marion and Shiva Stone are twins, born of a secret union between a beautiful Indian nun and a British surgeon. Orphaned by their mother's death and their father's disappearance, bound together by a preternatural connection and a shared fascination with medicine, the twins come of age as Ethiopia hovers on the brink of revolution. Moving from Addis Ababa to New York City, and back again. Calling for Stone is an unforgettable story of love and betrayal, medicine and ordinary miracles, and two brothers whose fates are forever intertwined. Yeah, so I was able to acquire this novel at a secondhand bookstore, and I only paid $5 for it. So yeah, so I guess I'll be waiting for a while for the new book to drop its price. But yeah, Cutting for Stone by Abraham Verghese. Okay, that's it for me for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!